Malachi,
Yes, sir.
see you do stand up.
Stand-up comedy, yes, sir.
What got you into it?
That's a long story, and I think that's what we're here for.
Exactly.
All right, so it actually came through acting. I'm an actor first. I'm gonna answer his question about comedy, and then we're gonna talk about the acting journey first. After. So I started acting first. I hosted a talent show though at my church, Great Faith Ministry. Shout out to Great Faith Ministries, man. Born and raised in that, man.
Okay.
Love that family over there. You feel me? Much love. So that's my first acting role started there too. And we're gonna get into that. So with the comedy, I did a talent show there. We had a youth talent show we did. I hosted it. Had a co-host. Shout out to Angela, my girl Angela. She getting married too. I'm so happy for her. We hosted it. It was a pastor there that has another church, and he saw the talent show. He had some of his members in the show. So he liked what I did. So he hired me to do their resurrection service, do comedy at their resurrection service. So this was my first book gig. The talent show was my first comedy gig, period. It was the hosting. Then that book show was my first paid gig, my first actually being reached out. So I'm like, I'm 1 for 1. I'm not even doing the game for real. I'm just doing it just off the strength.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bet, let's do it. Talked to my pastor about it. He gave it A-OK. So I slid, did it. I did pretty good. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't fantastic, but I did good. I did respectable. I felt good about it. And then I'm like, all right, bet I'm home. You know what I'm saying? So some time passed. And then I do a... It makes me laugh every time. I do a birthday party. Girl at my church reached out to me about doing a birthday party. And I'm like, all right, bet. Then I told her price, and then she said, later on she hit me back like, the budget fell for that. I'm like, okay, well, don't worry about it. I'll do it anyway. So then I do it. None of my jokes hit, like none of them. And the only thing that hit was what I came out with, something that happened in the day, like something that I observed and said. My material that I came with, nothing. And then I'm drawing blanks now because nothing's hitting. And now I get off the stage. The DJ is like, yeah, they got we got the yacht club.
Hello. They out here.
We on yacht club status too. You know what I'm saying? FYI. But the DJ, man, he was like, I hope you didn't get paid for that. Like over the mic. You feel me? I'm like, okay. I'm already feeling terrible. I'm feeling like the worst dude in the world right now. I'm feeling like I need to just leave. I know majority of the people there, so I go to the back. I'm just standing there, like feeling so nasty, man. I'm like, ugh. So I'm like, man, just leave. I'm just thinking leave. Then to hear the DJ say that over the mic, I'm like, see? So, but I'm like, it was something in me that just couldn't fold though. Even though I wanted to, like even him talking about me or whatever, I'm just like, okay, I'm just standing 10 toes in it. So he just keeps saying stuff over the mic. Then the DJ like, all right, you want to have a joke battle? And I was like, all right. I go up to the mic. We going back and forth, passing the mic back and forth, and we talking about each other. You know what I mean? My jokes was hitting harder than his. You know what I'm saying? And that was like one of the first times I did that, like especially in the public setting. I was roasted. Yeah. Another thing about Bradford, we had a roasting culture. Like it wasn't no bullying. Like you just learned how to talk about somebody. You know what I mean? So that was from high school. You know what I'm saying? That was that culture. Ain't nobody taking it serious. You just sting back or you just shut up. Like so that was my first time roasting with the DJ. So my jokes hitting hard. Boom, boom. So then we get off that. He bring me outside. DJ come off the stage. He bring me outside. He said, what I did for you, I gave you what they call a 1-up. A 1-up is like when you give somebody a second chance to redeem themselves, like on the stage. And so he's like, you see how you was much quicker in person and the stuff that you said in the moment? Like, he's like, so you should lean on that. He said, just start studying comedians and just keep going. He's like, you're not as bad as you think. You're not as far as you think. You're still young. Like, he just was pouring into me, And all I could feel was that I bombed, though. Like, that's all I could feel. And I couldn't shake that. So I'm hearing them, but I'm not hearing them. You feel me? So couldn't shake the feeling. I go back inside, finally, because I spent more time out there. The girl whose husband the girl who booked me, her husband came outside and we were talking, and I'm just stalling because I don't want to go back in the party now. So I go back in the party. I sit with people that I don't know. You know, it's one table with people I didn't know, and there's this dude sitting there, and he was like, man, he was like, yo, you was funny, man. I was like, what? Like, did you just not hear me, Bob? He was like, bro, when you started talking about dog ears, because I was like talking about the DJ ears. So he like, when you start talking about dog ears, and he's crying, laughing, repeating my joke back to me. And I'm like, a part of me is like, wow. He's like, yeah, man, I just got out of jail. I'm going through a lot, and I needed that laugh. So all that being said, I still took away from that experience that I bombed. That was the only thing that I boiled down from that experience. And instead of me learning and growing, I just stopped. I stopped doing stand-up at that point. So not knowing I stopped, but I stopped. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't doing it. So then fast forward, shout out to my one of my good friends, Kiana. I actually went to her prom.